Good morning. Welcome to Diction Addiction Hindu Editorial Vocabulary and Analysis Series. Today's topic is virus variant, which are actually banning the travel across the globe. This article published in Hindu's Editorial, 22nd December 2020. Moderator Dr. KPS Learner. Before going to dissect the vocabulary, first we will read the today's paper, then we will follow the vocabulary dissection. With nearly a dozen countries in Europe and elsewhere temporarily banning travel from UK after new variant of the novel coronavirus was found to be causing an increased number of new cases there. India too has followed a suit. Flights, with some exemption, have been temporarily suspended from Tuesday night till December 31st. And Saturday, the UK imposed strict restrictions in Greater London and much of southeast England. The variant VUI 2020 12 by 01, the first variant under investigation in December 20, has 23 mutations in all, though few of these are seen in the region of the virus that binds to the human receptor. A single mutation, N501Y, has been found to increase the binding affinity, making the variant more transmissible. On December 20th, the COVID-19 Genomics UK Consortium, which identified the variant on September 20th, said the variant has been growing in frequency since November 2020 and is responsible for an increasing proportion of SARS-CoV-2 cases in the UK. Based on modeling, it has been found to be 70% more transmissible, but this is yet to be confirmed in lab experiments. The European Center for Disease Prevention and Control says that in a preliminary study, the variant has the potential to increase by over zero point 0.4 the number of people a person can infect. There is no evidence as yet that it can cause any changes in disease severity or increase the risk of reinfection. Though the N501Y and other mutations are found in spike protein region of virus, it is unlikely that the mutation would make the two COVID vaccines that have secured emergency use approval and the ones in the final stage of testing less effective. This is because vaccines produce antibodies against many regions of the spike protein, and there is also the T cell immunity that would come into the play to clear the virus. However, as the virus accumulates more mutations, there is a possibility that vaccine might require minor tweaking. The emergence of new variant underlines the compulsion to undertake surveillance following vaccination to track vaccine effectiveness and to look for the appearance of vaccine escape mutants. SARS-CoV-2 being an RNA virus tend to have higher mutation rate, but the presence of 23 mutations strongly suggests that the variant has not emerged through the gradual accumulation of mutations. According to Consortium of Genomics, UK, United Kingdom, COG UK, it is probably due to prolonged infection in a single patient, potentially with the reduced immunocompetence. While a few cases caused by the new variant have been reported, the extent of international spread is unknown. Since far fewer SARS-CoV-2 genomes are sequenced at regular intervals in India, it is unclear if the variant is already present here. The emergence of the new variant with the increased transmissibility is one more reason why non-pharmaceutical intervention should be strictly adhered to. This is all about reading. The highlighted and bold words, meanings, pronunciation will be explained now. I am always suggesting you, whatever you are learning, you better write. The better writing will help you to grab and assimilate as much as possible. Variant, first word, variant, VARIANT, it's a noun, meaning a form of version of something that differs in some respect from other forms of the same thing. So the variants are generally different from the original source with the minor changes which are accumulated during the time. Example, a clinical distinct variants of malaria were observed recently. Suit, a noun, a set of related things. Example, India too has followed the suit flights with the some exemption. Here suit is generally used for many purposes. Hotel suit, cloth suit. Here suit is to say that related of a set of related things. Imposed, IMPOSED. It's a verb meaning to officially force a rule or tax or punishment, etc., to be obeyed or to follow. Example, very high taxes recently imposed on cigarettes. Third one, mutation, spelling MUTATION, mutation, it's a noun. The way in which genes changes and produces a permanent difference in the traits. Example, it is well known that radiation causes mutations. Fourth word, receptor. It's a round noun. RECEPTOR, receptor. It's a, again, it's a biological term. Receptor means binding site on the cells or attachment site on the cell, which help in to enter into the cell. Coronavirus comes and binds to the spike, binds to the receptor on lung cells. So once it binds, then there is a possibility to enter into the host cells. That is what is called as a receptor. Fifth word, transmissible. It's an adjective. TRANSMISSBLE, transmissible, meaning disease able to pass from one person or animal to other. Example, to start a pandemic, the virus will have to highly transmissible between humans. The sixth one, genomics, GENOMICS, genomics. It's a biological term and it's noun, meaning the study of genes and genomes of organism. Every living organism have a DNA. So DNA have genes. So if you study the genes and genomes of organism, that is what's called as genomics. Example, she is a specialist in fungal genomics. Seventh one, consortium. It's a noun. CONSORTIUM, consortium. An organization of several business joining together as a group for a shared purpose. So if at all you see many branches of the one organization come together, that's not called as consortium. But if at all different organization which are doing different businesses come together for one purpose, that you say consortium. A consortium of textile manufacturers. Eighth word, spike protein. It's again a noun. It's a biological term. The protein molecule present on the surface of the virus and helpful in binding to the host cell. Spike proteins are present on the virus. With the that spike protein only, the virus will binds to the host cell and later it will enter into the cell. That is what the protein which helps in binding is called as spike protein. Ninth word, immunity. It's again biological term. All all vertebrates, including humans, have immunity system. That immunity system will help us to protect us from the various diseases. Various diseases. So that's what is immunity. Tenth was tweaking. Tweaking means minor change. It's a verb. To change something slightly, especially in order to make it more effective or correct. Example, you just need to tweak the last paragraph, otherwise it's all fine. So tweaking is a positive word to change something in a minorly you are changing and it will be improving the overall look of that particular thing. 11th one, surveillance. Surveillance, surveillance. It's a noun. The careful watching a person or a place. Example, more banks are now installing surveillance cameras. So if at all you want to follow someone, you have to do surveillance so that what he is doing, where is he going, how he is behaving. That part if you are doing, that's called as surveillance. 12th word, immunocompetence. It's a ability or degree of immunity of the person. For example, if you take HIV patients, they have less immunocompetence, or older people have less immunocompetence. They are called as immunocompromised people, or old people are called as less reduced immunocompetence. It's again biological term. Those with the reduced or less immunocompromised are prone to the infectious diseases. 13th word, intervention. 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 It's a noun. The action becoming intentionally involved in difficult situation in order to improve the situation. The government was reluctant to sanction the intervention the crisis. So whatever measurements you are taking to improve the situation from the crisis, that part you say it's an intervention. Adhered, it's a verb meaning stick firmly. Means your example, glue cannot adhere to any surface that is wet. Adhere means, in the sense you need to adhere to the rules laid by the particular organization so that you can improve the quality of work as well as your presence make difference. So adhering is strict following of the something which is already established one. 15th one is non-pharmaceutical. It's again biological term. So anything you are not using the medicine or to prevent the getting infected, that one you say non-pharmaceutical. Like right now, to avoid the COVID infection, wearing a mask, washing hands frequently, usage of sanitizer, physical distances, and staying away from the crowds. These practices are called as non-pharmaceutical interventions. T cell, last one is a T cell. It's a one form of blood cells, which helps in the immunity to protect from the infectious disease. Whenever a foreign or you say microorganism enter into your body, these T cells eliminate them from the body so that you are protected from that infection. So these are the 16 to 17 uh, definite meanings and pronunciation of, from this article. Then, if at all you go to the next level, that is a moderator comment. As rightly mentioned in the editorial, RNA viruses are tend to undergo the frequent changes that inherently have a ability to undergo the changes. Sometimes those changes will become more lethal, means more dangerous. They become more dangerous or more infectious. Sometimes they'll nullify their pathogenicity or infectiousness. But here in UK, they reported a variant which is having more transmissibility as well as high infection rate. Hence, before taking a vaccine is available for a few countries and rolled up, but countries like India it has yet to be rolled out. So non-pharmaceutical interventions practices will help us to protect from these infectious diseases. That's why we should be more vigilant to wear the mask, sanitizing the hands frequently, avoiding the crowdy meetings or indoor events, and ultimately, physical distance maintenance is the most important thing in the to avoid the infection. Physical distance makes a difference in life from the corona. So this is all from the moderator. If at all you have any comment, please post. We'll respond within no time. And thanks for watching the and listening the videos. Thank you, one and all.